In this video, I'm going to show you how I automated the support inbox of one of my clients doing its business in e-commerce. My name is Yves, and I help businesses utilize AI in order to reduce their workload. And today, within about 15 minutes or so, I will show you how you can use OpenAI in order to respond to most of your basic emails. Today, I use e-commerce as an example, but you can use this for whatever business you're in. Within customer service of e-commerce stores, most of the requests or most of the questions that you get are regarding pretty basic topics. For example, shipping status, refunds, returns, maybe quality of the products. And these are questions that you most of the time do not necessarily need a team of support agents for in order to respond to them. But you can definitely use AI to do so. And the two tools that I will be using in order for this automation to work are ChatGPT and Make.com. And on your ChatGPT account, you need to have some money and you need to have a paid subscription. But that's definitely worth it because the other option would be to either pay attention and time to it yourself, or you need to outsource it to someone that you have to pay considerably more than what you do on ChatGPT. So let's take a look to it.
We will start with connecting our mailbox to our Make.com scenario. And in this case, we will use the Watch Emails module. And basically what we are going to do is we are categorizing the inbound mails into different classifications. In this very basic tutorial, I've used the following 6. 1. Order status update. 2. Problem with product. 3. Urgent care. 4. Refunds or returns. 5. Anything else. Or 6. The end of a conversation.
And what is very helpful to keep an overview is to just put this together in a Google Sheet.
I made a Google Sheet with the classifications or the categories and the associated prompts or email responses. For example, in the first instance, if the incoming email is about the shipping status of one of the orders, we will write the following email with the help of ChatGPT. But first, we will have to prompt ChatGPT to categorize the emails. Therefore, we will use the Create a Chat Completion module. We will connect our ChatGPT account and we will map the email's text content in the prompt, asking ChatGPT to categorize it into one of the following categories. What's very important for this automation to work is to add this last sentence, making sure that ChatGPT will only give one of these groups of words as output. And why is it important? Well, we actually use this as a filter to decide our workflow. So here I use the following filter. If the output of my ChatGPT completion is equal to order status update, the workflow will be directed in the upper flow and the next ChatGPT module will follow. I can also make another filter. If the output of my ChatGPT completion is equal to problem with product, I can direct them in the second stream where, for example, we prompt ChatGPT to give a step-for-step guide to fix the problem. However, let's take a look at the upper flow. As you can see, there is another ChatGPT module because we need to learn more about the order number. Again, we prompt ChatGPT to retrieve this number from the email's text content. Again, it's very important to add the last sentence to make sure that the output is going to give only a number, namely the order number. We will use this order number in a search rows module from Google Sheets. And in this module, we are actually asking, give me the value of D, where B has the value of C. We are searching for status, where the order number is equal to the output of ChatGPT.
And in this case, my client used Airtable in order to monitor their orders. But as I don't want to showcase any personal information or any information about the business, I imitated a order overview in Google Sheets myself.
In this case, as I said, I improvised with the Google Sheet database, but you can definitely do something similar with other integrations. As we now know the information about the order, we can automatically send an email reply. First, we map the subject from the incoming email as a subject and the sender of the first email as the recipient of the reply. In the content of the reply, we will use the information of the order by mapping it in the text. I've used ChatGPT to make it in HTML format, and as a result, we will reply with the requested information. And just like that, with every email category, you can make a different workflow. And every workflow, you can end with a reply with a different email format. In the third workflow, I categorized urgent care emails. Emails that actually need special attention and are difficult to be answered by ChatGPT. They most probably need a personal reply. And in this case, I just keep this email unread so that my client can open this one herself. In the fourth workflow, I want to show you another way to work with this. In this case, I added the Google Sheet that you've seen before, where I match my categories with the associated prompts or email responses. Just like the first workflow, I use the Search Rows module, and I search for the row where my category is the same as the output of ChatGPT. From this row, I use the prompt and I map it in the ChatGPT module. So, if you go to my Google Sheet, you can see that we prompt ChatGPT to make an email based on the following email format, including the terms and conditions regarding refunds and returns of the store. The output of this completion will be mapped in the content of the email module. The fifth and the sixth workflow are easier. If ChatGPT categorizes the inbound email as anything else, I will reply with an email saying that the customer agent will reach out to them in 24 hours. And here you can add your own email address so that you will be receiving your own outgoing email. And in this way, my client knows that she has to follow up on it herself. You might think that this will mean that your bot will respond to this email as well, and that this will be an ongoing cycle. But therefore, I added the first filter, which only takes inbound emails from external people into consideration. And the last category, it's if we get a concluding email that will initiate the end of a conversation. Like, for example, you've had a few mails going back and forth, and the last email you get is "Thank you for your help." We don't want to send a message back, and we just mark the mail as read.
And just like that, you can basically add a bunch of these categories or a bunch of these workflows. And you can almost completely let ChatGPT take care of your customer service. Especially when you integrate WooCommerce or Shopify or Airtable, you can retrieve a lot of information about these orders from these databases. And you can keep your customers up to date about the status of their request, status of their order, for example. I can also totally understand that you think it's kind of scary to give away all the control to this automation. And therefore, I would advise you to start with replacing the send an email module with the create and draft module. Instead of directly replying to the emails, Make.com will create a draft that you can read over and then you can send it out yourself. This was it for this video. If you want to learn more about AI automation or business process automation in general, please feel free to send me a message, to subscribe to the channel, of course, and leave a like. And maybe we will see each other at my next video. Thank you.